and welcome to Think Tank, an insightful panel discussion on Indian K-12. I'm your host Pallavi Kulkarni. Today's topic is memory gaps and mental blocks supporting students with learning slowdowns. We have a panel of experts to discuss and share their thoughts. Our first guest is Mrs. A. Vimala Kumar, principal of Gnanasagar Vidya Mandir, brings over 15 years of experience in education. With an MA and MEd, she is a strong advocate for holistic learning and balances academic excellence, character development, and community engagement. Under her leadership, the school has seen remarkable growth, guiding by her belief that learning is a lifelong journey. She continues to inspire students and educators alike with her dedication and vision. Our next guest is Mrs. Sowmya Sunil, the principal of Narmada Memorial School in Bangalore. A passionate educator with a strong academic foundation, she holds a BSc and MEd. She brings deep insights into the dynamics of teachings and learning. As both the owner and principal of the school, Mrs. Sowmya plays a key role in driving academic excellence and institutional growth. A commitment to student development defines her leadership, both academically and personally. Our last but not least, the guest is we have Mrs. Juby Shibu. She is a committed and visionary educational leader, currently the principal of St. Jude National Public School in Narayanapura, Bengaluru. Mrs. Juby is a deep passionate for holistic education and has shaped student-centered learning environments that encourages curiosity, discipline, and academic excellence. I welcome all my three guests for the panel discussion.
Thank you so much.
My first question on this panel discussion is to Mrs. Juby Shibu. What are the early signs of memory gaps or mental blocks do teachers and counselors typically notice in the students?
Often it is the teachers and counselors who notice the subtle signs of memory gaps in students. It can be like there are various ways. For example, if the teacher gives instructions in the class and the student may hear it half, or for example, like when this teacher gives instructions, the student may hear half of it and forget the rest, and frequently ask the teacher questions related to the instructions she just said. So that can be one side, and then other is that the student may score less marks often in the exams, or towards a particular subject the child may show aversion and often not bring materials related to that. For example, often forgetting that particular notebook or textbook or the test, the class test book for that particular subject. Then it can be like the student develops anxiety and fear when that subject is being mentioned at home or even in school. The child even may develop the child may be scared to even come to school because of all this.
Yeah, that's a wonderful start. That's a good brief to understand the mental blocks and learning hiccups that students have.
So my next question is to Mrs. Sowmya Sunil. So are these memory related issues more common in certain grades or phases? For example, post-primary, middle school, or how does that work?
Yes, these issues are quite common. I mean, each year we find few students who are struggling to cope. If you ask me, I think right from kindergarten we can identify a few of them who have learning disabilities or slow learners. And over a period of time, we understand very quickly within a month or two that some children are able to grasp, able to write, able to understand, and 3 or 4 in the class are not. So what the teacher does is give individual attention. And then we rope in the parents and just gently tell them that that your child needs a little bit of work to be done at home too, and that's how one they progress better in the next year. And we have seen wonderful results when you give them individual attention.
Okay, so there is no basic milestone problem. There is no set age bar for this problem.
No, I
It can
don't.
happen at any age.
Any class. So I've seen right from 3 years, 4 years of age, there are these difficulties.
Are there any profound memory that you can recollect for our audience that a student maybe they have been doing good from kindergarten to grade 5 or 6 and suddenly they have these mental blocks?
Oh yes, plenty of them. And then when they come to sixth standard, seventh standard, there's some behavioral issues. They
Okay.
changes and they start rebelling. They don't listen. But then with a lot of love and our dedication, our team's dedication, we bring them around. And then I think by 10th they kind of settle down again because the board exams. So then they come back to their groove and they do things better in that class.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
So, with that, my next question is, what supports are in place to help teachers manage mixed ability classrooms where some students have slowdowns? And the question is to Mrs. Vimala Kumar.
We give a differentiated instruction to the teachers where they can cater to the diverse needs of the learning needs of the students. And also, we also provide the personalized learning plans for them, which can help the students with the special needs. And we give them extra tutoring after the class hours, where we can attend to their individual needs where they have learning problems.
Okay.
That's a great strategy to start off with. So, my next question is to Juby Shibu once again. So, how do you engage parents when a child is struggling with memory based academic difficulties? Because parents are the important stakeholders in students' learning journey. So, how do you face them?
Yeah, that is a very sensitive issue because the parents don't agree or they are a bit hesitant to even accept that these children have mental gaps. So it is always it needs a collaborative effort,
Yes.
and they need to be. It is a very sensitive issue, so they need to we have to put it across like positives than pointing out the negatives of the child at first, and with a lot of the ways on how we can deal with the child at home, it can be shared on which aspect the child needs to be. The parent need to be focused, can be told, and the parents can actually, with more empathy than they need to deal it with more empathy than expecting too much from the child. So
Yes.
they need to take it slow and give a very supportive environment at home through various, there are various teaching aids that would help them as well, like flashcards or there are mnemonics, ways to remember certain mental games like
Yes.
mnemonics and phonic cards and all they can use to rectify.
How do you communicate with such parents whose kids are having these slowdowns? Do you have any special orientation for programs for the parents? Have counseling them as well? How does that work?
So we do have counselors in school. As soon as these kind of problems are noted, we recommend them, the parents, to have a one-on-one session with the counselor, and the counselor throughout the academic year will be monitoring the child often, and so that would help. They can keep a progress report. The counselor will have a progress report of the child, and so they can have often these sessions planned, and the progress that the child is making and all can be recorded, and the problems also can be discussed.
So parents are welcoming
I
this.
mean, it is a mixed kind of feedback that we get.
Okay.
Few are okay, and few would take time to accept it.
Okay. That's a great strategy to involve parents in the learning process. With that, we'll take a small break and come back with more insightful information on this.
panel discussion. So, with that, my next question is, how do you ensure struggling students are supported without any labeling or isolating themselves? And the question is to Mrs. Sowmya Sunil.
See, my teachers, my staff, we all have counselors coming in to guide them how to deal with these kind of situations in the classroom. So teachers are always sensitized first before we start the term. I mean, every year.
Okay.
So we get psychologists coming in and talking to the teachers and finding out where are their areas of issues, and then they deal with it. So when the teacher is well prepared, she knows there is going to be, all fingers are not the same.
Yes.
So there are going to be a lot of different kind of students, and that's the reason the teachers already know. And labeling, definitely no. Isolation, definitely no. We use different strategies. We give them one-on-one, coaching, and then we use multiple methods like showing them the map, the charts, and using smart boards and guiding them so that they at least come to an understanding on par with the other children.
That's wonderful strategy, ma'am. It's very important to not to make those students feel
Exactly.
isolated.
And also we have to be very aware of the teacher not to get frustrated in a classroom.
Very important.
Because when she's going at one particular pace and few students are just not picking up, and
Yes.
she's also a human being, so then
Yes.
we need to tell her to remain calm at that, so that there is no isolation. So teachers are well prepared ahead.
That's wonderful.
So, my next question is, have you implemented any tech tools or apps that aid memory retention or cognitive recall? The question is to Mrs. Vimala Kumar.
We use digital flashcards.
Okay.
And then we are planning to have AI powered adaptive technology which can attend to their problems. We have planned, we have not yet adapted to our school system.
Yes.
These are the things we have planned to attend to their special needs.
That's wonderful. I think these tech tools will more enhance their cognitive ability to remember the things, and it's a wonderful measure to take.
So, my next question is, are there any challenges in maintaining student motivation and engagement when they face recurring mental blocks? And the question is to Juby Shibu ma'am.
Yeah, obviously, it is as Ms. Sowmya and my friend spoke, that differentiated education is important here, and inclusivity has to be focused, where each child has to, the teacher has to tailor as per each child's needs. And if the child is struggling with memory gap, then definitely one way to address is that the bigger task can be cut down to simple tasks and given to the child. For example, a math teacher, the problem is involving addition, subtraction along with the statement sums. The teacher can first focus on simple addition, and then when the child is proficient in that, can move to the next step, which again requires a lot of remedial teaching and after school teaching, because in the class hours alone to do this differentiated education is very difficult.
Yes.
And also the teacher can use multi-sensory approach, where some learners are visual learners, some are
Yes.
doers.
Yes.
So then demonstrative. So all these kind of different sensory approaches needs to be used by the teacher to engage the child and help. As I said, memory games like mnemonics and flashcards and all that can be used by the teacher to aid the child.
Yes, that's a great answer.
My next question is to Mrs. Sowmya Sunil. Can you share successful in-school strategies that have helped students to overcome learning blocks? Because you had a vast experience as an educator, so you must have faced many students with such problems, and you have had many trial and errors as well. So, what has helped you the most?
See, what I feel is sometimes they hesitate to speak to the teacher.
Yes.
So what we do is we pick up leaders in the class. Each bench will have a leader. So then what we do is we make an average student, a below average, sit with the leader. And
Okay.
then we tell the leader, when they are feeling embarrassed to ask the teacher, you
Yes.
find out where is the learning gap and you help them. as a buddy, they are more open to their own classmates. So this has worked wonderfully because they listen to their own classmates, their own peers better, and then the leader comes and gives a feedback to the teacher. So then the teacher will either come down to the child's level and explain once again. That way, children have improved, and I've seen a lot of difference when you use children themselves to help us.
That's an excellent way of mitigating these problems, because I think there two issues are solved. One is the slow learners, they get their mental block problems resolved,
Yes.
and the student communication, peer communication also builds very strong. There is a collaborative
Yes, exactly.
effort in learning lessons. That's a great initiative.
So with that, my next question is to Mrs. Vimala. If resources weren't a limitation, what program or tool would you introduce to support these students with memory challenges?
We would be using concept mapping tools,
Yes.
and also, as many of them, the present culture is going towards AI.
Yes.
That I think in the future the school will adapt to this method. I think so,
Yes.
if I am correct. And then we will also use the methods which can train the memories of the students. Now the students are very much disturbed.
Yes.
They cannot concentrate. So
Yes.
these are the methods we can use.
Yes. Wonderful.
We have concluded our think tank and insightful panel discussion. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our panelists who shared their valuable inputs. We look forward to many more panels like this. For more such videos, visit our website www.thein.com, powered by Education Today. Don't forget to like, share, comment on this video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Pallavi Kulkarni. We'll see you next time.